What is up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dying Light, where we just unlocked that fairly major. That was a big climb for us right there. That was a lot. But for right now, let's focus on the storyline. I want to try and get some stuff done here. We'll do a little bit of exploration in the future. But for right now, it's probably our best plan to just like get over there and recover this airdrop. It's not going to become nighttime anytime soon. It's actually scripted. This is the last mission you do where the time of day is scripted. After this point, day and night will just kind of like flow on their own, and you just kind of play the game as you see fit. Whereas, previous to this, everything has been at a predetermined time. So you'll see, for example, right now it's still like 10:27 or something like that. Or it's like 20:27, so basically like 8:30 on our watch or whatever. Yeah, 29. So anyways, it's 8:30 right now on our map. I'm assuming that it must be in the summertime because that's how it is where I live, where it'll be like 9 o'clock at night, but the sun will still be up just because it's the middle of summer. It happens from time to time, and this weapon is just about done. That's okay, though, because I'm not especially fond of it. It'll be alright. If I use this right here, yeah, we can loot all these. Is there anything worth having in all of them? Okay, some metal parts. I mean, we need metal parts. I've got 23 of them, though. Frankly, we don't really need to, like, focus our efforts on metal parts. As much as I enjoy all the metal in this area showing us its lovely, sensitive bits. There's a guy that needs help over here. Let's go assist him. It's good for business. It's really, really good for business. Oh wow, he's getting gnawed on. Okay, alright, enough with the nom-nom here. Enough with the nom-nom. Leave him alone. He doesn't like you like that, man. There we go. Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for the terrible mod that I'm probably never going to use. I'm not being sarcastic right now. I really enjoy bad mods. I'm a bad mod collector. It's what I do. I modify my inventory with bad mods. I should probably loot all these places, but I'm not gonna because I want to do storyline. Please make that jump. I don't feel like that awning is stable enough. It's made out of like random... These right here are like wood battens that you use for putting tile on roofs, and then the cloth looks no sturdier. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. What's going on down here? Try and find the best way to traverse this. Alright. There's some XP. I got myself flipped around. There's another safe house over here. Shit. Oh, barely made that one. My god. Okay, so that was almost an accidental chunk of health gone. Although most of my chunks of health tend to be accidental chunks. I'm just not so good at Dravidier games. Luckily, I try and lighten it up by just like talking my ass off the whole time and just like having fun. And it seems to be working so far. Seems to be a decent career prospect, I suppose. I don't know. I get about 100 comments a day from like people telling me to like, you know, STFU. But other than that, it's all good. I'm an acquired taste. Probably not even an acquired taste. Probably just like a niche taste, to be honest. I don't need to be acquired. I don't care. I'm not open for acquisition. I only did that for a little while just to make my way through law school. Let's go up the side of the building here. I would like to think... Oh, that was Ninja right there. I didn't think that slot was going to be wide enough for him to make the jump, but he made it. That seems like it would be a major, like, tetanus-inducing risk. I don't know. I guess if in a world where you've already got rabies, why worry about tetanus? I suppose... Hey, I need you to, like, dig deep right now and get up there, because I'm willing to bet there's probably some lootses, and I want the lootses so I can buy some new bootses. You know, these shoes were made for walking. Well, we've been doing a lot of walking, running, and also jumping, so according to the song, we should probably get ourselves some new shoes. Ooh. Just one lockpick. Apparently everybody in Haran is just a master burglar. That's locked, but we can open it from the inside, as I understand. We just kind of gotta like find an open window or something. It looks like they're all barred on that side. Maybe it's on this side then? No, that one's barred too. What about on the next floor down? Where's our access point? There's an access point here somewhere. Every building that has like these barred up windows has an access point. You just gotta kind of find it. Can't get in through there. Since there's loot inside, it might be the second floor right there. Let's have a look. I enjoy this kind of stuff, like I really do, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna get sidetracked every now and again, just like trying to penetrate a building, giggity, and in that process, just like bear with me, because like really, I sincerely do enjoy this stuff. Looks like there's no way in right there. I don't know. Maybe later we get the ability to bash through those doors or something, or maybe we can go through like a trash chute at the bottom, maybe? I don't know. I don't see any window or any location that... Well, right there, actually. Maybe? No, that doesn't want to go either? Huh. Alright, sturdier than its forebears, but I guess that's it. Sturdier than its 5 bearers. I don't know. Whichever you prefer. 3 bearers? Ooh, 3 bearers sounds pretty good. That sounds like one of those indie bands that nobody's ever heard of. Like, the 3 bearers are coming to San Francisco to play at the... Well, I was going to say the Pound, but the Pound got shut down. To play at Slim's. There we go. To play at Slim's. Slim's is still open. I like how there's like one futuristic UV lamp inside this entire apartment. Everywhere else... I'm sorry. What are these called? Fluorescent bulbs? There we go. That's the word that I'm looking for. Anyways, I can't go through that door, can I? It's gonna make my life more difficult. To the airdrop, wherever the hell it went. I think maybe it's up on this next... Yeah, there it is. I see the parachute. Let's go up this way. We're about to get an agility level, which will be legit. I love the agility skills in this game. Like, whenever I unlock them, I get excited. You, sir, fall off a cliff. Yeah. I like that sound effect they gave you, too. It sounds painful. It sounds not so delightful. Alright. And now I shall delightfully remove this individual's head. I try to be gentle. It's not their fault they're a zombie. I'm gonna keep kicking you in the colon until you fall down. There you go. Now if the colon kicks are 6... Oh, he's already dead. Alright. That's actually the special move of Colon Powell. It's called the colon kick. It's not heavily publicized because honestly he tries to keep it on the down low, but Colon Powell loves kicking people in the colon. It's basically just a steel-toed kick to the rumpus. That's all that it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll finish off the next part of this adventure so that we can get back into the day-night cycle. And after that point, the entire world should be open for free roaming, I think.
Crane here. I'm about to recover an antizin drop.
Good, Crane. This offers us a new strategy. Time to turn your attention to Rise. Listen closely. It's very possible that Rise is our man. So if you find an airdrop containing antizin, destroy it.
What? Why?
It will force interaction with Rise. You can go under Brecken's auspices as an ambassador, if you will.
But there are civilians depending on this stuff.
Our plan is focused on the greater good. Remember that.
Jade, I'm at the airdrop. There's no antizin here.
Done? Fuck! All right, get back here and be careful. The nightmares are awake. Don't let them see you.
Oh, shit. They must have heard me.
Alright, so welcome to Nightmares. That's what those things... Oh, I can't go up that wall, can I? Okay, so we've got our first chase right now. So at night, everything you earn is doubled. You really don't want to stop because the nightmares / night crawlers are really agile and really grumpy with you. In general, you probably don't want to be at ground level either. You probably want to like focus on going upwards as quickly as you can. Note right now that at the top of the screen, we are getting all of our... Oh god, there's one right there too. You can see them all marked on your map, so that's a plus. And then the little pips over there are how much they're trying to chase you. Think of it as your like wanted level from GTA. That's pretty much what it is, just with things that are chasing you, trying to eat you. We need to get up on a roof, and I need to stop climbing, basically. That's all that matters right now. That climbing animation is hurting me, and I need to get on top of something and just move. You can ditch them, so you can lose them over time. It is possible. There it is right there. We actually lost them. And we'll get a big lump sum if they don't find us in time. So essentially, if you can just like lay low for a minute, they will stop chasing you, and you'll get a fat grip of experience. And it depends how long the chase was and also how high your wanted level was, so there are rewards for purposefully getting into chases. Just a number of things for people to think about while you're playing through the game. If you're particularly trying to level up agility, I would strongly recommend that you always stay out at night because it's one of the only few efficient ways to level agility quickly. So there it is right there, 288 agility points. Not much, but it's actually much better than we would have got from just running around during the daytime. So let me get up. That film grain effect, I may try and figure out a way to turn that off. I don't know, I don't like it. On that side. Okay, so we got a couple, I call them night crawlers. They're called nightmares, though. There's a couple of them sneaking around, and this is where the stealth gameplay kind of comes into, I suppose, vogue, or kind of into focus. We've got to be careful about the way we approach the base, but we do have to get back home right now. Preferably without telling the bad guys that we're there. But the door remains open, and the second that you go inside, it breaks off the chase, so just keep that in mind. Probably try and sneak around. Do they hear that right there? They don't. I think we have a flashlight on our gear somewhere too. I don't remember what the actual, there it is, it's the T key. They moved that around as well. Essentially, I played this game in the press release, and they moved all the hotkeys around in between here and there. So the T key is going to turn our flashlight back on. Just be aware that the enemy may be attracted to the light if they see it. Just in case. I don't know. It might happen. It's one of those things that we'll have to verify a little bit further on into our playthrough. But for now, let's go back and talk to Jade and figure out what the specifics of our further mission are. Although I would mention to the GRE and all other covert agencies, this whole greater good shit that you guys are always like talking about doesn't fly with me, man. Like, you just deprived a whole bunch of like civilians of stuff that they needed so that you could complete some random political goal or something. Like, maybe I'll find out about it later and it'll be justifiable, but for right now, this all seems pretty horrible to me, and it seems like just the sort of thing that covert agencies do, too. Let's go, he's only got a water pipe left. I don't want anything that you have then. I'll probably stop into the store, though, and see what we can purchase here. I think there's a store over on this side, and there's a store on the top floor, too, somewhere. We're not at survival level 4, so unfortunately we still can't get, it's a little disappointing because I kind of want that. I'm going to keep the police baton. We'll get rid of everything else. I think these things are not looking so great, right? Did I accidentally just sell my claw hammer? I was going to say, I hope not. I do think it's probably, oh, that thing's damaged as hell, so we'll get rid of that. We do need a new weapon. I think I'll probably go with, oh, I don't know. It's expensive, but I figure the French wrench probably isn't a bad idea. Let's sell off some of our vendor trash, too, just to see if we can get ourselves... Oh, we can press F to sell all of our... Okay, so that works out a little bit quicker. I know how people hate it when I click everything individually. So I'll try and sell everything more quickly. Nothing else that we have is really in demand, so I guess we'll just have to sit on it for right now. If you can't sell it, sit on it. That is a rule of the world. Let's see here. Run that one through your noodle for a little while. My dad used to say that every now and again. Not very often. He wouldn't say it in front of my mom. That was definitely one of the ones that's kind of like, you'd be like, do you smell that? And my dad would be like, yeah, it's your upper lip. Or he'd be like, no, it's probably your upper lip. That's what it is. He'd be like, it smells weird in here. My dad would be like, no, I don't smell anything. It's probably your upper lip. He wouldn't say that one around my mom either.
I made it in
But
one piece.
he used to think both of those were hilarious. Every time he would say it, he'd have himself a guffaw and slap his knee and think he was the funniest dude on the planet. To be fair, that's where I get all of my humor from, is my old man. Kind of a funny dude. It's because he's a roofer. It's because he does a miserable job all day, every day, and the only way to adapt to that is like to have a sense of humor and just realize how ridiculous. Oh, an epic claw hammer right there. Yep. Let's go after that right now. I think that's going to be helpful to us. I think that's a good plan. And I'm probably just going to get rid of the knife then, and then I'll keep the baton on as a reserve swap in, just because if you compare it to a lot of the epic stuff, it's actually still better. Police batons are very, very good in this game. Additionally, so are aluminum bats. There's a couple of melee weapons that in their green state are better than some of like the legendary state weapons of other types, and so police batons are one of those. Just be on the lookout for them. Additionally, they're fairly well, you can modify them. So for example, with the police baton right here, we could, I think, turn this into a oh no, you need a knife for the 230V. Oh, I forgot the Zajivalka. Okay, so we got to go back and get the Zajigalka too. We should probably go handle that in a bit. I can probably talk to people around here, it looks like. Let me do that real quick.
Alfie's looking for you. He's in his workshop downstairs.
Okay, I don't know who Alfie is, but I figure I shall heed the call.
Congrats, you survived the night. Too bad that run didn't work out.
Yeah. Like, I'm wondering just how much, like, operational freedom these kind of, like, single-cell operators have. Like, let's say that you're working for the CIA or whatever. How much freedom do you have to pursue your mission? Like, could I have just, like, negated that right there? So let's say that order came in from your operator, your handler, and you can turn it down, right? Let's say that you had the freedom to do it. Could I turn it down if I had, like, a better option that I would present then to the handler, or is it just, like, imperative? You have to do what you're told. I don't know. It seems like you wouldn't have a whole lot of wiggle room right there. If you want to, you can sleep, by the way. Looks like we can get up in some of these houses with the doors shut. I don't know if there's anything around here that we can loot, but there might be. Jump drinks and some other stuff. That's a tiny microwave. Oh well. It'll get my chimichangas cooked, and that's all I care about. Them microwave burritos. I survived off those things for a long time. You can go get those Jose Ole. Actually, Jose Ole went out of business, but they made the best frozen burritos and the best frozen chimichangas I've ever had. Like, seriously, Jose Ole was on point, and they don't carry them anywhere where I live now anymore. Like, you can't get Jose Ole anymore, and it was my favorite. It's disappointing. Now I have to get these weird, like, off-brand ones that are, they're alright, but not...
Come on. I mean, we need Anderson. I know, but buying from Rise? You can't be serious.
For God's sakes, I'll go. I'm not scared.
Absolutely not. We've discussed that already.
We didn't discuss it. You just decided that
I'll go.
Are you serious?
Well, this Rice guy has never seen my face before. Clean slate, right?
Could you guys give Crane and me the room, please? You sure you're up for this?
Has to be done, doesn't it?
Well, I'm not gonna argue. Rice's place is over here. Just find out what this will cost us and come back in one piece.
Okay, so there we go. We leveled up again. I probably should have held off. I didn't realize how much I was going to get from that mission, but we actually got quite a bit of XP. So let's jump into our survivor ranks. We can either get barter, which makes us better at buying stuff for a discount. We can create elemental throwing stars, which actually isn't too bad. The elemental throwing stars are useful. They just take a lot of materials in order to make them. So an interesting thing for us to be aware of. I think that for right now, what does that do? Longer lasting effects. What do I unlock with each of these? So haggling actually just unlocks an entire... Okay, it gives you an entire chain of just like merchant-related activities. Master Backpacker, that gives you DIY grenades. That sounds amazing. That sounds fantastic. Give ourselves some explosive revelations to dole out to our enemies here. I think I'll probably go with the elemental throwing stars for right now. It's a pretty good bonus, and it allows you to basically make like acid throwing stars, burning throwing stars, explosive ones. It's pretty sweet. You can make some cool stuff. It just requires a lot of extra, just like random stuff, I suppose, so you are going to go through them pretty quickly. The exploding throwing stars, I think, are probably my favorite out of the group. You get 5, so let's make 2 of those. I'd like to have a stack. I think we went through a lot of our stuff, and explosive throwing stars are nice because you can also use them to set off explosive barrels instantaneously, so there's that as well. That's going to basically fill us up. We got firecrackers, Molotovs, UV flashlight. How are we doing on medkits? Let me see here. We're sitting at 3 medkits. Let's go ahead and make ourselves 2 more medkits, I think. Yeah, 2 more medkits will be nice. Alright. No, not flares, medkits. Oh man, my mouse dragged downwards. Okay, so I don't need flares at all. I don't know if these are UV flares. Are they UV flares? If they're UV flares, they might be useful. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be a UV flare then, so that might actually be useful. It'll go into our spare inventory though, since we don't have room for it. It'll be over here somewhere, I think. Right? Did I even make the flare, or did I cancel it? I may have canceled it in time. Oh no, there they are right there. There they are right there. So let's take the claw hammer. We'll throw that up and in there. But yeah, our equipment slots are totally full up right now, so we can't deal with that. We'll also go with some Molotovs. We get 3 for each one that we produce, so I'll probably make 2 of these. And then we'll sit on the rest of it for right now. I'm a bit of a pack rat when it comes to this stuff. We actually haven't had too many struggles in the game thus far. Just kind of like that minor rip it off like a band-aid period with Rice's men, where it turned out to be a little bit more dangerous than I expected. We are going to try and go out at nighttime because it's a great way to get XP, and I'm a power leveler. I'm the kind of person that really likes to level a lot. So for example, in Bravely Default, I ground for like 2 hours at the beginning of the game, and ever since then I've just been ahead of the curve for the remainder of the game. That's the kind of way that I like to play my games. I just get all the grinding in the first place so that then I can blaze through the storyline as quickly as possible, because I tend to get addicted to storylines. I get very, very hooked on hearing like the next part or the next bit. What's going on over here?
You're Alfie?
That's me. Electricity, building maintenance. I keep this place running somehow. Glad you're here. I was just about to call you.
What's the problem?
Well, it's good news, bad news. The good news is that you restored the lights in the Cauldron district. The bad news is that it blew out the grid near the overpass. It's blacker than your pants pocket over there.
So, you need it switched back on?
There are 2 substations. Flick, flick, you switch them on. The order doesn't matter. Then you throw the master in the main station, and it'll light up like a Christmas tree.
I think I can do it.
Of course you can do it. Any runner could do it. But there's a catch. Shutting off the lights has created a little black patch for the volatiles. Bunches of them are gathering there after sundown. So I've rigged a trap. It's already in place, all set to go. Now, if you can get in there and restore the power after it's dark, we can fry a whole lot of freaks in one shot.
After dark? That's gonna be a lot dicier.
Sure. That's why no one's volunteered for this job. But I'm thinking maybe you're a bit tougher than the rest of these guys. Just an impression.
Let's just say I'm here to help.
Really? Good intentions, huh? Hope you've got some guts, or you won't last long.
I pride myself on my ability to keep my guts out of zombies' hands and inside myself, so what kind of accent did he had? Did he had worst grammar ever? What kind of accent did he had? It was kind of interesting. I don't know where his accent's from. I thought I was on point until he said toofer. Like once he put like a long U sound in toofer. Like I'm not really sure. I don't know, maybe somebody can fill me in right there.
Hear me?
Jade? Yeah, I copy. Something wrong?
No, it's Listen, Crane. We all appreciate what you're doing. And I know you're doing it to redeem yourself. Because Amir died saving your life.
I'm doing it because if we don't get antizin from Rice, people will start to die.
You know, I met Amir right after the outbreak. I didn't know him for that long, but he was the best, most decent man I've ever known. But I just want you to know that I don't blame you. Amir knew the risk. And Crane, we know that you too are taking a risk to do this for us.
Look, Jade, we'll talk when I get back with the antizin, okay?
Okay. Just come back in one piece, all right?
Alright, so if you want to avoid getting caught up, my strongest recommendation is that you kind of keep your flashlight on the DL. Like, if you keep that on the D-low, you should be fine for right... Oh, shit, nope. Gotta get low. They're actually fairly easy to fool if you can just, like, stay to the darkness and keep moving. And honestly, that's the best way to level up at this point. We don't really have the resources required in order to, like, make this into a long-term run. Once we level up a little bit more, we'll be in a much better position to kind of, like, take on some of these challenges. But for right now, we kind of want to avoid the nightmares. You can kill them. I do want to point that out. You can kill them, and you get a lot of XP for killing them, but doing it without a firearm, pretty sketchy. Sans firearm... Oh, shit. Okay, so we're caught. So now, our goal becomes, I don't know, getting the hell out of here, I suppose. Let's just keep moving before they're on us. Since we're already caught, I'm going to turn on the flashlight so that I can see. And essentially, all we want to do is we want to stick to the rooftops and just parkour our asses off. That's all that matters here. Like, you want to make them basically run around a lot. Oh, shit, that was a bad jump. I was trying to land on the awning, and I just kind of, like, tweaked it at the last second. Unfortunately. Let's stay down here for a minute. Okay, so we're out of the pursuit. The one that's up on our top left, he's right there. Essentially, we just need to go and hope that he don't see us or hear us now that I've busted my ankle open on the concrete. Ankle versus concrete. I'm pretty sure in the rock, paper, scissors match of physics, the ankle is going to lose. Where are we going right now? Oh, we're going to Rice. I'm going in the wrong direction, but I wanted to get this safe house fixed up too. That's what I was looking at this whole time, if you were wondering. Alright, come on, cat, grab that thing. You got it. Parkour's another thing that I would have liked to have gotten into were I a tad younger. Were I a younger man, I would have given it a shot, but it's a bit late in the game for parkour for me right now. I mean, I suppose I probably could. I still run like 5 miles every day, so I bet I could make it work, but I don't know, I need to keep my phalanges intact. For right now, anyways. Get her down on the ground and see if maybe we can finish that off. This guy's crawling about, reverting to toddler mode in his primitive brain state. $19 right there. I think they're looking for us. I can't really tell. Either way, let's turn the lights on real quick. Get this thing all fitted up for later. It's good to stay out at night, too, because the game has a running tab of, like, XP that you've earned. And oh, yeah, he's all burned up right now. I don't think he can actually get up inside of our base. Like, I don't think he's allowed. I think he's, like, off limits here. I can't pull a weapon, so if he can come up in here, that's not a good thing. It burned up, fool. There we go. I don't think fire actually affects him that much. I feel as though fire might not. Got a couple of them coming in after us. I don't know if this is an exploit or what we can do right here by standing on the edge of the safe house, but let's check it out. Let's see what happens here for a second. Yeah, they get burned when they try and come in the safe house. That's funny. Without a gun, it's probably a really, really bad plan to fight them, though. Melee weapons don't seem to do much for you there. Okay, so where are they at? They are one street over. So I actually think I can make this work so long as I land on the car. Let's go help. I think this is an airdrop over here. I'm not sure what this is. It might be an airdrop. Let's go have a look at it and see if it's something that we can bring back and recover before we go after our main mission objective, because we could use the survivor XP for right now. Ooh, that hurt. Alright. I didn't know you could take damage if you grabbed onto a ledge. I thought that you were good so long as you were able to grab onto something and you didn't fall straight down with your feetses. That guy's gonna see us if he turns around. Maybe. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. Okay, he blends in a little bit. I don't know why everything's so gray right now. Could be due to the fact that our health is missing, or due to the fact that, I don't know, everything's just gray right now. I'm not sure. I think it's because dusk is coming. Sun's gonna come up fairly shortly, and it should fix our nightmare issue anyways. What do we have over here? Oh, an airdrop surrounded by, wow, a lot of Zeds. I've never seen a horde like this before. This area was closed off in the press demo. Night survives. So here's what I mean. It'll give you an achievement. You'll get some clothing that you'll unlock as well. And then you get a bunch of XP for surviving it. Basically the same amount that you get from a quest. So my goal right now, if you're wondering where they run off to, they run to the nearest overpass or like the nearest building and they run upside it and they just despawn. It's not really that crazy. Let's see here. What can I do with what I have? I have firecrackers. If I can keep from falling back behind this van, I might be able to turn this into some kind of like... Well, I don't know if it's enough. Either way, we'll get started right now. I'm going to try and burn up some of these guys because it's going to take us a couple minutes. Oh, gas cans on fire. That's unfortunate. Well, let's make a racket over here. Maybe block that off with fire and then block this off with fire, in the hopes that we might be able to keep most of them away from us. The zombies are not smart. This is also a really, really good opportunity for us to get a lot of brutality or power XP. If you look at our bar right now, it's just ticking upwards with all the kills that we're getting. We're actually getting a fairly considerable amount of XP for this whole ordeal. Ooh, half of her face came off right there. You see that slow-mo? That was pretty legit. Pretty legit. Cool. I like the fact that the enemies in this game get like battle damage, like as you set them on fire. There we go. I need to block off that little area so that they can't wander up in here and take me out. I realize that I'm working my way through a good weapon right now, but it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make for this airdrop. This one's actually putting us at odds with zombies instead of Rice's men. That's going to be the difference. So typically when you get to an airdrop, it's going to be surrounded by heavily armed dudes like we saw back in that other area that actually owned us. Or owned me, I guess. I won't bring you on into my failure, but let's pop this thing open real quick while we wait. Okay, there it is. We got flares and a disaster relief on-site kit. These do stack. You can carry a bunch of them in your inventory if you so desire. You can turn in like 3 or 4 at a time. Let me see if I can get... Is she down? Okay, she's down. She's always down. Let's grab all this loot here. That's the only reason I'm hanging out is because we've got a lot of loot dropped right now. And since we used up resources to clear the area, I feel like we should probably get a little bit of something out of it. Give him a knuckle sandwich across the side of the head. She's a big girl. Somebody find me a grappling hook. It'll be alright. There we go. She's now dealt with. Kick her to keep her from doing what she's trying to do right now. I don't know how many more of these Molotovs I want. What's up in here? Is there anything important up in here? Because it looks like with this amount of zombies, there would be more than an airdrop up in here. Just like a casual observation from me. Get rid of these dudes real fast. Maybe let her have some fire. Really, really, really want to endeavor to get this area cleared out so that I can get my hands on all this super sweet, uber fat loot. With that PH-AT at the beginning. Our fat loot's got pH like a chemistry set. Let's get up in here. Alright. I don't know. I suppose I could have done that like pH like litmus. I don't know. That's a little bit... I feel like that one's a little bit... cliche, I suppose. I don't know. There we go. We got that one down, and I think we should have just like a big old bunch of lovely things for us to loot in just a second. See that frame rate dying right now as the game attempts to load all these zombies in. It's just way too much for my computer to handle right now, which is surprising considering how new my computer is. Basically like 3 weeks old. Repair that thing real fast. Grab the alcohol. Yeah, a bunch of useful stuff up in here. Every now and again, I would recommend you do this. Just like Molotov a crowd of zombies and just bask in the loot that you then get, because it will stock you up for the future. You'll have alcohol. You'll have all the little bits and pieces you need. What is that right there? Attached, is it a flare maybe? It might be a flare. Either way, I think this episode's gone a little bit long. While I clear these zombies out, my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dying Light. I look forward to seeing you all in the future. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, hi-do. It's been a pleasure.